What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Anita's Joint. Hashtag Extendajoint. Everyday is payday, baby. Um, so Tigres and Suarez ended up drawing 0-0. Tigres ended up, dropping points at home, not producing anything, right? And this match was boring. This match showed that, you know, we couldn't create anything. We couldn't create goals to score. Suarez did really well. I felt Grace in the midfield. She did end up getting two yellows, a red card. Grace played a very important role for Suarez in the midfield. Also, shout out to Yasmin. She played well as well out on the wing. She was getting beat up by Annika most of the match, but she still was performing well. So I was happy for her as well because she does get called up to Mexico, and I think Mexico have a lot of prolific wide players, prolific wingers, and Yasmin is happens to be one of them. She was trying her best to get inside the box and make crosses for Suarez. As well, they have Martin, the American forward as well for Suarez, and Mercado is also there. But I do think Suarez had a very confident aura over them in this match, playing away from home, and also because they were the seventh place team currently in the table, and we know there's about 3 or 4 matches left till playoff season, and Suarez are actually 1 point or 2 points ahead of the eighth place team, but pretty much everyone else, the ninth, 10th, 11th, they're about 1 or 2 points difference. So it makes sense why Suarez knew that they needed to at least secure a point, to not put themselves vulnerable or to not to make themselves vulnerable in a position to get jumped when it comes to the standings, because they're so close at the bottom of the table. So I do think this is why we saw a little more confident, a better team when it came to how they played against Tigres. And Tigres, we got to see Jennifer in the lineup, even though we should have saw her in the Club America match. Hernandez ended up getting a start as well. So we had a little different midfield with Jenny, Hernandez, and Jenny Hernandez and Delgado, right? And with up top, we had Ana Diaz, Mayor, and Catlana. So he rested Jackie as well in this match. He also brought in Lopez in the back line as a fullback with Natalia once again getting her start. Ana S and Annika with Santiago on goal. So nothing really changed in the back line too much. I feel like Lopez really didn't. There were a lot of First of all, we had water breaks, we had hydration breaks, and I actually haven't seen those in a minute. So we had a lot of stoppages. Even Pedro got a red card in this match, um, for some backlash that he did. I don't know. He must have been saying something. But yeah, I mean, this game was similar to how I had seen some of the other matches, even Houston's match. It was just, first of all, no one likes to watch a game for 90 minutes and the game end up being 0-0. I prefer not to watch a game where no team score. It does bother me where I'm like, how come y'all can't create opportunities against each other? Were y'all playing that well defensively? And did you really lack creation? And Catlana hit the post, and I believe she hit the post, but I really wrote down nothing in my journal. We did get to see honest. Hold on. Did I say Ana Diaz started? My bad. Ana Diaz didn't start. My bad. Shout out to Ana Diaz. She came off the bench. But Jackie came off the bench. Christina, Ana Diaz did all come off the bench to try and help. But I felt like we should have been able to see even maybe some other players like Tati. It's like if these players are not gonna get it done against Suarez, well, you might as well play the youngins. You know what I mean? Ramirez, Farmer. Go ahead and bring the youngins in, apparently, because the old heads couldn't get the job done. We're playing the elders, and they're not figuring it out. So you might as well put the young guns in. I'm just saying. like I said, I watched Houston Dash play earlier, um, that day or earlier in this weekend. You know, they didn't have a performance well either, so they didn't have a good performance. It was a 0-0 scoreline for them. A lot of the teams, my teams, just not performing well, or just didn't have a good performance in the matchups that they were, the teams that they were playing against. Tigres have great matches next. They get to play Pumbas away from home, and then they get to end their season playing Tuzas as also away from home. And of course, we know that they will be participating in the CONCACAF Champions Cup against Portland Thorns. And you know, we've watched Portland. Houston Dash beat them in the preseason, but Portland with no Sophia Wilson looks like a team. It looks like a team that Tigres can take down, in my opinion, and I expect them to get the job done. Liga MX is getting tougher because a lot of new faces are being introduced to the league, and a lot of people from different countries are coming over here because they know that this league is growing and it's very competitive compared to some of the other leagues that we have to tune into because they're the ones that have more accessibility to us, right? But with the league, with the growth of Liga MX, it's Tigres, and also like we were saying, you know, because I was live streaming this match. Also, what we were saying is with CONCACAF Championship Cup being here, the top two teams or even the top three teams, I don't know how they're gonna do it. It is gonna be even more important for the Mexico sides, whoever is the top two, to be performing well, so they can secure their positioning in these CONCACAF championships. This is going to be something that is going to be of value to clubs for clubs to want to participate in. And like I said, Tigres, y'all are very grateful that y'all finished last season where y'all were. But right now, currently, it is not in a position where if we get to qualify for CONCACAF Championship, we're not qualifying. We're like in fourth place. So this is something that a lot of teams will be aware of moving forward, and they should because, like I said, this is an opportunity. CONCACAF Champions Cup will get more global audiences, but is an opportunity to showcase the talent that you have currently, and of course attract more players to want to come to your club because they've seen you in this tournament. So Tigres, y'all need to perform well. Y'all need to perform better, even more because we're getting a tournament, these tournaments, and with a new tournaments means new audiences, new opportunities to showcase. Why players should join you. And as an observer, I feel Tigres, y'all need to play better. Um, Pedro, this is like your 15th match, right? I'm not too sure if you're gonna make it. I don't think they're gonna fire you, like, but you're really gonna have to show these last two matches, depending on how you do in playoffs and the CONCACAF. They're really gonna be judging you on that. Um, all the managers that I have been tuned into since I became a Tigres supporter, all of them have produced a trophy win. So I'm imagining Pedro will do the same. I think it is a part of the job that a lot of the managers are told to do. And Pedro has a very great background based upon his Spanish results. And we all know that he loves to play through Jenny, but they have to be they're gonna have to be a lot more creative. And I do think maybe we should bring in Ramirez um, as an addition to Jenny in the midfield, another creator, but a young one, right? I think Delgado can hold down that CDM position okay, pretty well. We will see how the other matches like Pumbas and Suzas do, but I do think it'd be nice to have just another creator with Jenny in the midfield. And I do prefer, if they do play Mayor, I prefer her to be a striker and not for her to take up the midfield because I feel like we have more creators that can create. Because if Mayor is going to be in the midfield, she can't be holding the ball like Jenny does. I prefer her to be using her pace to combine with Jackie and Catlana, and that's just my opinion. But anyways, y'all, I don't want to keep this too long. Tigres and Suarez ended up drawing 0-0. And it's your girl Anita flying high. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Deuces.